So we're about to hit the 1770 Eco Camp. Before we get there, we know that they don't have any water for us to fill up our tanks with. So we are at the SES grounds here at 1770. So you can see Lee behind me here filling up the tanks. And then the kids are in the background having a little play on the sports equipment. So I'll insert a map just here of where you can find the SES grounds, but a really handy little spot if you need clean drinking water and somewhere to dump the toilet. How's the eco camp so far?
This place is unreal. Really cool.
What are you making us for dinner?
Spaghetti bolognese.
Handmade meatballs, babe?
Handmade meatballs straight from Audi.
Oh, fancy.
Something nice and simple because it is so
hot. I didn't even check the temperature. It's cooling off now though. And it is pretty as a picture.
The meatballs are good.
meatballs by the lake. Alright guys, we copped a bit of a storm last night, which is fine, it wasn't that bad, but there was a bit of wind around and unfortunately we were sitting under a few trees and this big branch did a bit of damage to a couple of our solar panels, so we lost a couple of solar panels. I'll get up and I'll show you. So unfortunately we lost a couple, so a bit of an expensive exercise. I think they're going to cost about $500 for the both of them, which isn't too bad, but we just got to get them sent to the next destination. But they're actually still charging, so which is pretty good, but yeah, very annoying. But anyway, part of being on the road, I suppose. Come down to 1770 beach for a bit of a spot. It's really, really nice. Kids are going in for a swim. It's about 34 degrees today. Really humid. It just poured down rain last night, but yeah, really cool. Alright guys, well that's a wrap for us for 1770 and 1770 Eco Camp. It's been pretty awesome, hasn't it, Ted?
Yeah.
Yeah? What have you loved about the camp?
Probably the games were.
Yeah, what's so good about the games room?
Because there's like table tennis and there's even like balls and stuff in there.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, this place. Yeah, just plenty of bush and wildlife and everything. Kids have loved it. We've been here for nearly 5 days, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, time to head off. We're going up to Rockhampton, or just outside of Rockhampton, to a farm stay called Junabel's Farm Stay. Kids are super pumped. There's going to be horses and animal feeding and everything. But
and you can paint chickens' nails.
yeah, you can paint chickens' nails apparently. So this place has been awesome. We had copped a bit of bad weather the night before last. Lost a couple of solar panels, but it could have happened anywhere. And you know, bad luck happens. So we just move on. See you at Rockhampton and Junabel's.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Make sure you hit subscribe. I'm going to show you where we parked our caravan. So, there's horses, lots of them. Here it comes.
Kids are helping out feeding the chickens and the goats and the horses. Australian miniature dwarf goats. They are beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, he's beautiful. Look at Rocco. Wow, he's a beautiful horse. G'day, Rocco.
You alright, mate?
Oh, he's saying thanks.
You want a pet?
Oh.
Here we go. He's doing his nose.
Oh.
Nice and calm.
Got to go and hanging on the fence just there. Mum.
Oh.
Whoa!
Whoa, hey.
He's very, very excited.
She's hungry. So how many have you got?
I think there's 33 of ours.
Wow.
Well, we used to have over 50.
Wow.
Bad one sneaking up behind you.
Ooh. Hello, big boy.
You're same dad, hey, for you, isn't it? You didn't get silver, but did you? Handsome. And see, he was just coming up before when he was being naughty, guessed. Because that's exactly what he wants, is he's looking for attention from everybody.
Mate, I reckon he gets it from everyone, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So this horse's name is Crazy.
Crazy. K-R-A-Z-E-E. Okay, here we go. We have body brushes.
Kids are about to give him a brush. What's his name, Adeline? Phineas. Kids have just had a lesson in walking horses, brushing horses, clipping their toes. They're loving it, it's so good. So we've just finished doing the farm chores this morning.
Yeah.
Kids have fed the animals, brushed them, ridden them, walked them, done everything.
No, we
we've
haven't
just
done
had-
everything.
Oh no, we haven't done everything. We've still got at 4:30 they do it all again. But they've got this cool little creek down here that we're going to go down and check out. Apparently there's barramundi in there, so we're going to go fishing a bit later on. But we're going to go check it out. They've got a little boat there, so
And then
yeah, so much
and
to do
there's
at this
a fish.
place, and the
And
kids get
there's a
involved in
fish.
everything. It's so good. Kids are just going to hop in the boat now.
Only a little motor.
All right, already. 1, 2.
Thank you. Oh, that'll help.
There you go.
Are we going to have to paddle away from on the bird? Where's that paddle here?
Just in case the motor stops.
Find me a barra for tonight.
Yes,
Show me this good spot. Kids are going out in the tinny. Bye, kids. All right, we're going for a ride on the Tilly.
Come on, Pato.
Woohoo!
Hold on. Yeehaw!
On the Tilly. Yo!
This is how to get it.
You get everything at Junabel Miniatures.
And a ride in the
Forest cars.
Okay guys, it's Monday morning. Kids have been up since 6, had some breakfast, and they're just halfway through some homeschooling now. So I'll just show you what they're up to.
Tricky one. Anxious when he was chased by the giant. And Adeline, last one.
Sorry to
Joyful,
interrupt your class.
when he sold the golden harp.
Angie and the kids are just doing a bit of homeschooling outside.
Yeah. We're investigating characters and the different ways that you can describe them in your narratives. And the kids are going to have a crack at creating a character and building them up, not just in terms of how they look, but in terms of what they're like on the inside and the emotions and the journey that the characters go on. So there's a bit to it, but we're taking baby steps to start with.
Cool.
So what we're going to do next...
Got any
we're
questions?
gonna
Just
build
ask Angie's school
a
teacher and
character.
she's more than happy to help out.
This is an activity. Just done the free zoo at Rockhampton. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's free and it's awesome. It's in the botanical garden, so yeah, it's an unreal little walk. It's got chimpanzees and meerkats and wedge-tailed eagles and heaps of stuff. Big massive crocodile.
It's awesome.
Very cool. All right, one of the best jobs on the road is emptying your toilet canister. I've done it every time for the last 2 months. Guess who's having a shot today? There it is.
It's not that exciting.
Oh, it's exciting for me.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
No, you have to
Good
talk
start.
me through it. I don't know what I'm doing here.
How'd Mum go? Did she do a good job?
Yeah, I got a good photo. Now it's
Needs a bit of practice.
Now, I'd just like to point out that I volunteered myself for that job. Thank you. I'm all about fairness and equity in a relationship. No, no, babe.
It's your first mistake. Never volunteer to do a job that you don't want to do.
it's subscribe.
We've got to share these things.
We'll see. We'll see how many times she gets to do it.
At least I know how now. But I'm sure I'll come up with a reason not to.
All right, we just pulled up to Capricorn Caves, just outside of Yeppoon. We're going to go in and check them out. Through the caves. That was really cool. What do you reckon?
I loved it. The bit at the part where you walk in and there's butterflies everywhere, and I think my favourite bit though was the chapel or the cathedral, I think they called it, and people get married in there.
Yeah, it was really cool. They turn all the lights off so you get what they call cave darkness, which is like pitch black, impossible to see anything. Yeah, it was
They
really
played the
cool.
song Hallelujah, and the acoustics in that joint was next level. They say they get opera singers and other musicians come play in there because it just sounds incredible. It sends shivers up your spine. It's beautiful.
Very cool.
So So today we're continuing on our writing session and we're working on a plan for our narrative. So one of the biggest gaps we notice at school is kids, when they're writing a story, they kind of get off track. So there's a real focus on planning out your work. So for Adeline, she's working on a story and she's been inspired by the farm animals. Now her challenge is to use the farm animals in a story, but make it all flow. And we talked about how the beginning and the middle and the end have to connect and make sense. You got an idea from when we went to the caves, we went to the Capricorn Caves yesterday. What idea did you get?
They told us about some men that discovered it before anybody else, before the miners came, and he climbed all the way into the cave with a rope. Then he had to crawl himself out through the back room.
Oh,
Yeah. The trick when it comes to homeschool, I'm finding at the moment, is you have all these plans about what you are going to do, but then the kids get inspired by what they see around them. So the farm animals or the cave that we went to, and I'm trying to use that as part of homeschooling, just adapt my teaching to suit what they're interested in that moment. One of the other things that I notice when kids write a story is they'll throw in all these things at the end when they're solving the problem that they haven't mentioned anywhere earlier in the story, and it sounds really random. So we're working on something with Adeline this morning called foreshadowing. So rather than just throwing that rope in the middle of the problem, she's mentioned it in her orientation that she's written down here, if you want to come and zoom in on this, Lee. So she's gone back to her original plan and added in that she's brought along a few extra things, including the magic rope. So this isn't in full sentence form yet, but it's just notes that she can refer back to when we start the actual drafting process. So when we're finished with this writing piece, it will be fully edited and we're going to publish it. I think the key thing I'm finding at this early stage of homeschool is to just look around you, look at what the kids are enjoying, where you're at, and just kind of use that as inspiration for your lessons rather than trying to, push something that you already had in mind. Just be flexible and adaptable and don't be afraid to let the kids lead the learning.
All right, Ted, where are we going, buddy?
Pineapple store.
Just driven past a whole bunch of these little side stalls in front of people's farms and that they're just selling pineapples on the side of the road. So they must just have a whole bunch of pineapple trees on their property. And we're just speaking to the hosts at Junabel Farmstay, and they reckon that they're the best pineapples because they're just fresh and sweet. So me and Ted are going to go out and get a couple and see how they go, aren't we, mate?
Yep, and they're the most best ones ever.
They're supposed to be. So let's go check them out. All right, here we are. We found the pines. There's not many left though, is there, Ted?
No.
Mate, $2 each. That's cheap. All right, which one do you reckon, mate? I reckon this one.
I reckon we'll get the juiciest one.
All right.
Any else?
There's our pines.
Hey kids, do you want to tell us why we're in Yeppoon today?
So we can go to the water park. Yeah, and I have ice cream. If you're wondering. Mum, can we have ice cream here? Oh, Dad's
I'm sure we can manage an ice cream.
This is Yeppoon Lagoon. So good. Heaps of room. There's heaps of shallows for the kids. It's warm. That for a backdrop. There's a cafe and everything here. Yeah, this one's awesome, and it's free. You don't have to pay a cent. Just a bit of parking. Parking's pretty expensive. $2 an hour or something, but it's not too bad.
Happily pay that though.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is.
This is great. It's like, what is it, 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's like already 34 degrees and 90% humidity in Rockhampton. So if you're coming through Rockhampton or something, yeah, do yourself a favour and come through Yeppoon. Coming up.
Hey Adeline, what's been your favourite part of Junabel Miniatures? so far?
Horses, goats,
Riding a bike.
All of them. I
All of
can't
them.
choose. I choose all of
Well,
them.
you don't have to choose. What's one of your favourite things? The four-wheeler?
Sir?
Sir,
Pretty
us
cool, eh?
too.
Do you want to walk over and give him a hug while your mum's got in there? Give him a big
Oh,
hug.
he loves it.
I
Oh,
want to give him a hug.
go on.
Awesome goat.
Go on, Lee. Give Sir a hug.
I'm going to miss
Great goat.
Oh, he's
He is a good goat.
Will he fit in a bunk bed?
Yeah, we'll have to chuck another bunk
I
in
reckon he might.
He'd definitely sleep in one.
You might have a few pebbles in the morning, but
All right, so it's our final night at Junabel Miniatures.
Sadly.
Sadly, this place is amazing. And I think what we've come to realise is that it's not just the place and the animals, but it's the people that really make it. Ange and Mitch are just so generous with their time and really get the kids involved, and they've got a big emphasis on, you know, teaching responsibility and responsible animal ownership.
Yeah, it's been so good for the kids.
Yeah.
Like every day they've done their chores morning and night, but it's fun for them that we have to come home early from the swimming pool so they don't miss out. You know, they make us leave. I mean, we've been pretty lucky. We've been the only ones here. We've been here for a week, and so we've got a really personalised sort of experience with these guys. And you know, after the kids have finished their nightly chores, we all sit around and have a beer and around the goats. Yeah, and Angie and Mitch are just so good. It's good with the kids. Like, they just teach them a lot. You know, the kids just go off and, you know, they're in good hands sort of thing. Yeah, it's probably one of the best experiences we've had, and you know, it's out in the farm. So, I mean, all the places are good, but this has just been really good for the kids because they've just constantly got stuff to do with all the animals and all that. So, yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, and it's only our first farm stay, but
Yeah, we're
got-
definitely going to do more farm stays.
yeah, big boots to fill. Thank you, Mitch and Ange, for having us if you're watching this, which we'll tell you in person as well. You guys are the best, and we love it here, and
Yeah, we'll definitely be back
We'll
here.
be back.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
will.
We're heading north, Airlie Beach, and yeah, hopefully it starts to cool down, which is a really weird thing to say when we say we're heading north.
it's not even the temperature, it's the humidity.
Yeah, humidity is killer.
Whew. But anyway, it's all part of it, so off to the next. Hello.
Hello, Rump.
They're not edible.
Sideways.
This man is desperate for a coconut. I'm just putting it out there, I'm definitely not a hairdresser, I'm a teacher, so I don't really know what I'm doing.